I hope this is working appropriately. Uh, Worm here today, streaming, joined by Caribou.
Hello, hello.
Um, yeah, maybe a bit scuffed today. Apologies in advance, but we will be watching the Bubble Tea League game. Today we've got Deep Dive against XO.
We've got some Cincy target bands and a Man Puppet target bands. Those Cincy target bands are very much Nick Mead bands as well. Have you ever seen them in the same room?
They made in Cincy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen them in the same room,
Have
unfortunately.
you really?
I have.
Oh,
It's true.
wow. So we're confirmed they're not the same person.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I have so many points now.
Is the stream is up?
I'm on commercial, but yes, I believe
Oh,
so.
okay. Great. Perfect. Right. So, deep dive still undefeated, but XO is a close second. Gonna be a pretty good match tonight, I think.
Yeah, I believe Deep Dive has the one seed locked in, I think, right?
I do
Oh, I
believe
guess I
if
guess
they
if they
lose,
lose this game, it's still okay.
yeah, if they
So
lose
they're
and
playing
XO
for
wins
something.
next week,
Mm-hmm.
there's a chance that they're able to take over first place for the regular season. Interesting draft coming out here, though. Early lock on the Victor, I guess picking that away from Nathaniel, perhaps, or just flexing it in their
Yeah.
face.
And Mina looking great on the Wukong last week, I believe. She's also looked great on Kindred. So they ban the Kindred, but they lock in the Wukong first pick.
Yeah, it's also a bit of a flex for deep dive. Ivarion able to take that in the top lane.
Yeah. Although Wukong is pretty hard to play into something like Janna Victor. I mean, it's a lot of counter dive already.
Yeah, some great disengage from both of those champs.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Seraphine though, Seraphine great with the Wukong. We
yeah,
have a Seraphine Senna bot lane. I don't know that we've seen that yet this year.
I do think Deep Dive has run it before. Last time they had Deidre on the Senna, fasting, of course, with Fire Knight farming up on the Seraphine.
Ah,
Ooh, gonna be a Jinx lock. Getting buffed next patch. A bit spicy
I
for
wonder
this one, though.
if we see something like a Mumu ban maybe for a jungle or a yeah on Deep Dive's part for a jungle and Mumu if they want some engage to come from the jungle or they want to ban out some engage coming from the jungle, something like a Mumu or a Jarvan that's very strong right now. Sejuani also strong.
Yeah, we've got Man Puppet is Exo's jungler,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, maybe a Vi.
Yeah, so looking at those strong
They
engaged champs for sure.
choose to ban top lane. Just a lot of
Orin,
top bans coming in the second round.
yeah, they don't have a ton of hard engage already drafted with Victor, Jen, and Jinx. So getting rid of something like the Ornn Macy, yeah, one of those strong engaged junglers like the Amumu ban next as well. Just kind of remove that easy potential go button.
Yeah.
We're
I
actually going to see
wonder
XO banning the Amumu.
hmm, wonder if they ban if deep dive bans like a Malphite, if they're just trying to avoid this no matter what happens in lane, it's strong later in utility top laner. Or a
Um,
Shen or a Scion.
I think it's Ares of Doom
I think
top
it's
lane.
Michaelis.
Oh,
Michaelis, right?
McCullis is.
Yeah, I think they're
Oh,
subbing.
I see. Okay. Well, they get rid of the Sejuani. That's what I was thinking for an Ares of Doom ban, but gonna get off the board anyway. I've seen it jungle and top in BTL so far. Radiant Virtue, busted item. Gonna be the. Oh, not Scion. Cho'Gath, perhaps, coming in. Maybe Scion? We may never know.
Scion. So now they have that go button. There's they're saving their jungle pick for last. It's interesting here. I mean, I love that. If anyone on THD is listening, I love the jungle last pick. But given that the jungle's already been picked for deep dive, probably a little strange.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to put out an announcement as well for the stream. Let me get on top of that.
Another Rumble mid. So the Jarvan's probably jungle, Wukong top, I'm guessing. But it's flexible though for kind of all three of those technically.
Yeah, the Rumble's
That's
probably going to be going over to Nathaniel. It's one of his main champions.
more
Um,
jungle, probably. It's
yeah, more than likely there. I don't think
I
we'll
mean
be seeing a
that's
Scion.
that can be really nice if you're able to ult the Wukong right when he jumps into the team. Uh, they're really playing like a very hard to engage on team to counter the deep dive go buttons. I mean these seem to be pretty cohesive team comps. I think the Scion is going to have a little bit of a struggle when he goes in. It's going to be hard for the rest of the team to catch up to him.
Well,
It's the only thing that I'm seeing.
if they're playing their comp properly, we'll probably see Scion using short range ults instead of long range engage.
Hmm.
Just on three men in front of him if he can. Maybe after a big Q knockup. Something more
Hmm.
like disengage. May even see a Radiant Virtue on the Scion. Um, for those who don't know, when Scion ults with Radiant Virtue, it does go off where he lands. So it's great to be getting into team fights with. Um, yeah, definitely a strong peel comp here from EXO. Protect the Jinx, hyper carry, scale into late game. Whereas Deep Dive has a strong dive identity with
Yeah.
Jarvan Wukong.
I mean I like both these comps. I think they're more cohesive than we sometimes see.
Yeah, for sure. You know, to be expected from top teams. Smile. Okay. We'll get right on into client draft here. Maybe not scuff this as well. Smile. Wow, flawless. What a transition. Wait, am I? Maybe I meant to leave. Maybe I'll leave draft up so we can look at this as they go through the client draft. I don't have. Oh, any of the. Oh no, I'm so sorry. It's mega scuffed. I don't have any of the overlay stuff set up. What the XO is the XODD even here? XODD. Okay. Let's slap this up here. I'm unreasonably confused.
It's okay. You'll get there.
Okay. Safety downloads. Why is it not here? Please. Oh, saved? Huge. Professional streamer, by the way.
Who's mid for Ixo now? Is it-
That is a fantastic question. It's Tim Decker in the mid lane.
He is. Okay. Who's no movie Kyle? I see
No
him in
movie
tournament room
Kyle.
A. Is
I
that
thought
a
that was Areas
so,
of Doom, but I could be mistaken.
I think Michaelis is their top sub
Okay.
is
Then
no
surely
movie
that's got
Kyle.
to be Ender Wiggins, right? Support player.
Okay. I can only see for some reason the names on Deep Dive and the XO names are just enemy one, enemy two, even though I'm spectating. So I guess I'm
Oh,
spectating for Deep Dive.
sounds good to me. Can get rid of this now. Zoop. There we go. We've got some more spectator delay to kill. Have I ever? Yes, you can find all of my ASMR content on the BTL channel right here. Exclusive stuff. I was anticipating a nice early night today, early to bed, but the bubble tea league calls.
I think what'll be interesting to see is if there's any team fight where the Mordekaiser is able to, instead of grabbing the Wukong or the Jarvan diving, is able to grab the Rumble or the Seraphine before they ult. And if they're able to do that, I think a fight is, like, I think that's super beneficial for EXO. But it's very hard to achieve based on where I expect them to be positioning. Not that, I mean, grabbing a Wukong or a Jarvan, still pretty good. You're protecting your Jinx. But if you're able to protect the whole team, it can be, I think, very team fight deciding.
Yeah, well, they'll still have a nice strong front line with the Scion to help peel the Jarvan Wukong if the Mordekaiser decides to steal either one of those AP carries. So might
Yeah,
want to see a tank build here instead of the Rift Maker, whatever they're on top lane.
yeah,
Get Jack Show, get maybe a Spirit Visage.
yeah. I mean, we could see two Jack shows on EXO side, and they'll probably survive for a very long time with a Janna behind them.
Yeah. I think this is maybe only the second Janna we're seeing as well in BDL. I think Riot Gurg ran it a couple weeks ago.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, not too popular anymore, I guess. Seeing a lot more engaged supports of this patch in particular.
Hmm.
Not this game though. We'll be headed into game here very shortly. Got 20 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, I might need to time it a little differently though because we're still a minute on the Twitch stream.
Still a minute on the Twitch stream. Well, that's not good.
We can just like watch the fight and then wait 30 seconds and say stuff so we sound very smart.
Yes. Very, very good idea, I think. Is it showing up? Do we have League of Legends? Aha! Yes! Classic black screen.
Oh, okay, you're just in. Perfect. I am also in with a black screen.
Okay, I'm pretty sure clicking on the time bar saves us. Sometimes, maybe. Doesn't seem to be the case this time.
I
Try
hear
the old alt
music.
tab. Yeah, I can hear the fountain going. Black screen is just a spectator bug, unfortunately. Oh,
Seems
hey,
like
saved.
a
If you click,
Mayo issue.
yeah, classic Mayo DC. Click somewhere on the
Oh, okay,
minimap
yeah.
and then click on the black bar. Should be
Okay, I'm
saved.
at 8, 9, 10, 11. Twitch viewers, does that timing sound right? 16, 17.
Okay, looks good.
about right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, make sure to Control Shift Z, zoom out a little.
Yes, but of course. Okay, and what do we want up here? We'll get our objective timers, of course. We don't need chat. Oh, chat's gonna be up anyway. How do we get rid of
So,
the...
EXO, pretty strong level 1, decides not to do anything, I think pretty reasonably. Both teams are just 5-pointing. EXO, I feel like, is more of a strong counter level 1. Sit in a bush and wait for them to come to you. And I don't think Deep Dive feels like they want to mess with that.
Yeah, a bit spooky. Mordekaiser, of course, doesn't want to be starting the E, but Sion can sure have a Q.
Both teams starting bot side. We'll see if that leads to a level 3 top fight.
And Puppet hugging that top side. May opt to maybe skip Grump. No. Both junglers gonna be doing full clear here. Z Z Z Z Z.
Well, I like that from Jarvan though, because Jarvan after taking Raptors can do anything, right? He can gank mid, he can gank top, he can gank bot, he can go clear his top camps. Like just anything's available to him.
Yeah, you lose
at that point.
A bit of tempo though, right? If you clear your full bot side, you do hit level 3, but it's not too important to spike on Jarvan. I like to see that level 2 with red buff.
Yeah, so but he is going into the river, right? Like you don't at this point in the meta, you don't have to worry about your topside camps being stolen. So you can just sit there, wait to see if the lane becomes viable to gank. It's not going to become viable. It seems like DJ is playing very safe. He's playing on his top side. But Jarvan doesn't do much by doing this.
Yeah, he's waiting an awful long time in that mid bush there. Gonna be sneaking in.
He's gonna walk in. He's gonna try to get a flash out. He's not gonna get it. That's fine.
Yeah, KDAF trading a bit of damage there. Jarvan gonna be walking all the way back into the jungle.
So Jarvan probably takes blue, and then there's a fight at Crab or whatever.
Yeah, both top laners trading some damage back and forth here, getting a bit low. Yvarion coming out a bit behind in that trade, but does have the tri-bush warded, so he'll be able to spot the Mordekaiser coming up.
If I'm a Varian here, what I do is back, buy, run to bot crab.
To bot
or
crab?
sorry, man puppet, which is exactly what he's doing. I love that. I think that it's pretty great because then you just get to sequence your camps again. The Jarvan like a little bit behind, but he's gonna catch up. And then probably try to gank mid again, which is not warded.
Yeah, not warded on the bot side. It's a bit tough for Mordekaiser to have a footing in these early fights against Jarvan, so opting to give over that top crab is probably the right call here.
So now, Jarvan's backing in this bot lane, wants to let the Jinx push into them, if possible, so that after Krugs, you can get a bot gank. That ward into red side bot jungle is also very nice. They know if they're going to be matched.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, well placed. Not gonna have Blast come down there anyway, but it does spot the jungle opening there a bit.
Yeah, that Victor ward is also really wonderful. Like I feel like that ward there, it tells you what Jarvan's doing, if he's going to his camps or if he's going to gank. You know if you see him or if you don't see him.
Yeah, Ender Wiggins stepping up to ward there a bit. Does spot out the Jarvan gank, so good on that front, but since he forced to blow cleanse after being left alone for just a couple seconds there.
I think probably what's going to happen is teams are just going to farm a lot here. See a big fight around the first dragon in like 2 minutes.
Rest now.
Yeah. Level 6 is definitely going to be up on mid laners by that point.
Oh, the Jarvan. And
sorry, you're cutting out a bit there, Garbo.
oh, my cat is sitting on the cord.
Yeah, we see Jarvan sneaking the dragon here. We've got Mordekaiser top lane going for a gank that...
Jarvan does not do the dragon fast. So this
fast,
is
but
a little risky if Victor walks down.
they've got a prio in both, or at least shoves in both mid and bot. So not gonna be too quick on the rotation here if they do opt to go over. That's dragon going down uncontested. First one to deep dive.
That's a good play too. I mean, these lanes are all really hard to gank. They're warding really well, so you just take an objective when you can.
Next one on the map's gonna be Herald in about a minute. So we'll see. We already see Man Puppet in the bot side. Gonna be clearing up towards top for that. KDAF getting up there a bit earlier. See Nathaniel warding out the entrance to jungle there. So I'm gonna have good vision if red side tries anything cheeky.
Oh, they're looking to overload top side with a half health Scion.
Yeah, 3 members up
No
there.
one else on the map on that side. They get the flash. They follow. He gets a return
Okay.
kill.
KDAF going in.
And now the Scion just needs to die so that he can TP.
Yeah, going in a bit too early there. Tanking 2 tower shots and dying to the half-charged Scion Q. Gonna be 400 gold going over from the first blood to XL.
Yeah,
Pretty
well
good
played by
trade.
Michaelis to get the return kill.
Teleport up. Gonna lose a bit of farm there. And deficit's starting to stack up into a Varion here. But not too bad.
Mordekaiser was also able to farm 2 camps while that all went on, so he's feeling pretty good. He's top side, level 6. Can take his red into the Herald, or can just start the Herald, I think, if he wants. And this Herald fight, I think, is going to be pretty hard for Deep Dive to match, but we might see something happen.
They do still have the Rumble and Wukong ults up. They were not blown in the fight. Jarvan now just hitting 6, so that'll be up as well if they can rotate for Herald, but very far away at the moment. Seeing a very passive lane mid as well. Apart from the realm, not much action out of either of these guys.
Yeah, a small CS lead in mid and a slightly larger but still small CS lead in bot for Deep Dive. Michaelis tries to get out, hits the Wukong, dies. That doesn't feel great for XO.
Yeah, overextended a bit too much with the monkey ult up. Gonna stand in the way of Scion ult and stop the exit. And it's gonna be Herald, it looks like, going over to Deep Dive now.
Yeah, Deep Dive doing a good job of controlling these objectives early.
So, the Jinx picking up a, gonna pick up a call. So really looking to all in on that hyper scaling aspect. Delaying the power spikes even more in favor of the bonus gold. Nothing else.
See if we see an ult. We do see an ult. The Wukong has nothing to match it.
Bonk. Uh-oh. 4-man bot? Oh, just 3-man. As you do coming over the wall with Nathaniel here.
Yeah, and there's no ult on the Rumble, so nothing happens.
And tried to blast cone out. I guess no sweepers on the side of deep dive yet. So they won't be able to clear out that river vision. Get spotted and an easy escape from Exo.
The Mordekaiser chooses to finish the Rylai's first, which is, I mean, a fantastic item on Mordekaiser, but definitely not the Jock Show plus, I forget the name of that burn item that I expected. Yeah, that one.
I feel like you don't really need Rylai's into this matchup, I don't feel. You know, they're going to be diving onto you, and while it's a bit of extra slow for the peel, I think you have enough for the counter engage. It's really for sticking on top of people and chasing down, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, it does feel great on Mordekaiser because your passive is just applying it all the time, but it makes you a little squishier.
Speaking of squishy, see McCall is taking more than half health here. Gonna be ulted up by Wukong again and smacked with the Q.
The big bonk from the Divine Sunder.
Yeah, big bonk game indeed. Looking like an Evarion gap. 3-1 at the moment. Got all
he's
of the
got some armor, but he's building the Merc Treads.
Oh. I knew we were gonna flash
Forced out by the Jarvan ult. And Exo is getting demolished in this fight.
Yeah. Since he's sending Rocket up for a bit of extra trade there.
Jinx has to flash too.
Nathaniel getting
they get the trade kill.
Tower. Taking a shot and going down to Decker. This is really good for XO. They are forced to blow a bunch of their cooldowns, but you know, coming out with a bit of extra gold on a comp that wants to really just stay away from the enemy as much as possible. Not too bad. Second dragon is now up and on the map. See both teams setting up a bit of vision there. Decker is going to be on recall though. QDF's approaching the pit. Just going to scrying orb that one. Scar's bloom, sorry. And sneak into the pit. They're starting it. Looks like XO has no idea or no intentions of sniffing this one out just yet. Rest of Deep Dive coming into the river may give this one away. It just now spotted on the Scuttle Crab, but it's too late. All members getting zoned out here.
The Mord is walking in to see if he can 50-50 this. Oh, he chooses to ult the jungler. I've been there.
Yeah,
and now he's getting surrounded by Deep Dive members with his team not feeling comfortable to walk in.
Yeah, not in a great position to follow up on that one. Looked pretty good from Man Puppet's perspective, you know, getting the Jarvan to flash out of the pit, not too much way back in. But unfortunately, he's going to go down before he can smite the dragon away.
Yeah, then you're just sitting there though, and there's no dragon, you're just in your ult.
Yeah.
I've been there. It's hard to walk into this Deep Dive team with a Seraphine ult into a Rumble ult. It's scary. No flashes for XO members. In addition to getting the dragon, Evarion gets this first tower, and now Deep Dive is in a very good position early.
Uh-oh. I don't remember the oh,
no flash on the Jinx. The Jinx cleanses, but it's not going to do anything. The Jinx goes down.
Yeah,
and so does the Janna.
Double kill going over to the Seraphine. That's, you know, a lot of CC layered in with the Jarvan engage on top of Seraphine ult. Can't do too much to avoid that.
Yeah, without your flash, it's tough.
Yeah, it looks like Cleanse was blown to get out of the charm, but can't get out of the hoop.
They choose not to take this whole tower, but Deep Dive getting an early 3k gold lead. And they're getting pretty ahead here. Well, I say they choose not to take this tower, but
yeah, DJ's sticking around for this one. Gonna be a Janna shield to keep that one on its last limbs here.
Is there any other ability that works on towers like Janus Shield does?
Nope.
Pretty crazy, right?
I guess Scion ult for damage, but that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Not too many abilities can affect them like that.
Oh, Jarvan looking to gank, but this Mordekaiser is in a great position. He's chosen to sit in this bush for a while.
They've got to be careful.
He's
though.
got to
I'm not
ult
sure
someone.
This is a 2v2 they want.
He ults the Jarvan, but he doesn't love the fight. Or he ults the Wukong, sorry.
Yeah,
Wins the fight. The Jarvan goes down. This is a close fight. Wow.
Oh, smack. Actually turning into a 4v3 up here in the top lane. Nampuppet
You gotta hit him.
squeaking out a little bit.
Great play by the Mordekaiser. This center roaming on a lot of plays to open the map up for deep dive.
Yeah, great roam timing from Deidre there to be up for the fight. But what was looking like a good counter gank from Nampuppet quickly turned into both mid laners coming up as well.
Yeah, I mean, it really was a good counter gank by Manpuppet. He was sitting in that bush for a while, but I don't think he expected the 4v3. It's hard to predict that the Senna is going to be there, and I think EXO bot lane is trying their best to get as much as they can, but Seraphine's clearing waves really well and staying safe.
Yeah, going for Rod on that Seraphine as well. Gonna be the old Rod Seraph's build. Gonna be very safe on that pick.
Yeah. I mean, really good on Fire Knight for being able to keep value in a 1v2 lane for so long.
Yeah, not dropping too much CS either, down about 30, which is certainly not too bad. Decker getting caught out here, gonna be Jarvan ult layered on top of the Rumble ult. Ouch. Another dead mid laner. Despite the kill advantage and the objective lead for DD, gold lead's not too bad, only about 3,500 here. It's gonna be a bit more when this Rift Herald crashes.
I mean, it's definitely still playable for EXO, but these roams by Deep Dive are so good. They're playing the map extremely well.
Good flash out of Cincy to avoid the Jarvan knock up there. You get second charge on mid tower. Ouch, that was... Wow, that was a lot of chip. Yeah, for being you know, a more late game oriented protect the Jinx comp, not too bad being this far down.
Yeah, definitely still an open game.
Not at
the Cyan is able to get out of this one.
Yeah, it looks like the tech there is Wukong W dash to get in front of the Cyan when he ults. Not quite long enough to block him that time.
And EXO says they really want this drag, so they're going to put 4 people on it. The Cyan's going to match the Wukong. Wukong is backing, could TP to this fight. Cyan needs to start walking.
They both have teleports available. Could see them come down together.
Yeah, Cyan no ult though.
Yeah. Yeah, here comes the Wukong flank.
Here comes the Wukong. Let's see if the Cyan matches. The Cyan does match. He's going right into the Dragon Pit. EXO says we have to fight this. There's the Rumble ult. The Mordekaiser ults the Wukong again. He's having trouble in the fight though.
Looks like Jinx not quite there yet.
It's a strong Wukong.
Oh, Mikalis left out to dry. 4 members beating on him down there. He's very unable to escape handedly down there. Oh,
and again, Cincy with no flash is just food for Jarvan ult.
Staying around just a bit too long after after the fight there.
Yeah.
Jarvan ult still being up and not cleansable, unfortunately. Doing his best Nick Mead cosplay there. Maybe thought he had heal.
EXO, like, once again, just playing their comp so well. It's scary. They're a scary team to play against.
Yeah, Deep Dive doing super well. Had some very handy wins this season so far. I wonder if they'll be able to maintain their undefeated streak through this game and throughout playoffs.
Right now, it looks like it. They got 3 dragons. They're up 5k gold. But once again, all it takes is one fight for this Jinx to pop off and get ahead.
Yeah, we've got a couple shutdowns available here. Jinx only on 1 and a bit items though. I really want to be hitting 2-3 items to get to that Jinxy point that everyone loves.
Really like lower shutdowns than you might expect. I mean, the gold is fairly evenly distributed on deep dive, but still kind of surprising there's not like one big shutdown available.
Yeah, kills have really been spread out. Wukong dying recently, so not having any shutdown up there. Opting to go Black Cleaver on top of the Divine Sunder as well. Good choice into this tanky Scion. Looks like EXO may be looking for something on the top side here. In the mid lane, QDAF gonna be onto this Jinx, gonna ult in as well, stack with the Rumble ult. Here comes Senate ult, Decker gonna drop as well. It's looking like a bit of a wallet if at this point. Poor Jinx just keeps getting caught out. And here's Deep Dive on to Baron.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was toggling my mic and I had it off when I thought it was on and on when I thought it was off.
Apologies. That's gonna be Baron going.
What I was trying to say is it's GG.
It's GG. You think that's game?
I think that's game.
Yeah, I think it's a really tough one for EXO to claw back from. You know, maybe if they can pick up the Senna shutdown, pretty squishy. Jarvan shutdown's gonna be a bit harder as well with the Gore Drinker Maw. But if they can get gold funneled onto this Jinx, hit those 3 items, I think they still hope.
What do you think have been the keys to Deep Dive getting ahead this much so far?
Map movement from Mina has been great this game. QDAF being all over the place on that Jarvan, diving vulnerable targets, really taking advantage of flashes being down on key members of EXO. You know, but honestly, across the board, solid map play. We've had good roams from Deidrew, Fire Knight definitely holding it down in the bot lane. You know, clawing back a bit of that CS differential as well. And Iverion in the top lane able to get gold. So, I don't know, just good play all around. Gonna be hard for teams in coming weeks to tackle. Oh, here's QDAF again onto the Scion, able to flash out of that one. But it's hard to find a weak spot in armor here. Oh, it looks like a mini-map ult out of the Jinx, unfortunate.
She wasn't killing anyone anyway.
Jack show completed now on both Scion and on the Mordekaiser. If they can get... And you know, there hasn't been a real 5v5 fight this game either. There was one kind of skirmish around Dragon, Scion was a bit too far out, didn't have ult. But now that EXO has a real front line, it's maybe gonna be a bit better for them, hopefully.
I agree. I mean, I think that if we see a big team fight around this Dragon Soul, I mean, those mythics might turn the tide. That's the best chance, right? They have to fight it.
Yeah, it is gonna be.
Although it is hard to walk in here.
Yeah, so much vision as well. You can see on the map set up by Deep Dive. Definitely gonna be tough for them to get into the pit. See the Wukong opting to start that one already. It is an Infernal Soul this game. For any of you over-under betters, no Cloud Soul this week just yet.
You hate to see it.
And that's Soul going over to Deep Dive.
Yeah, EXO chooses not to fight it. Although...
Yeah, they may be getting a fight anyway.
Yeah.
And coming in strong in this mid lane, looking to crack the first inhibitor of the game. They don't have the best siege comp in the game, not too much poke. Really gonna be looking for catches, maybe if one of the flashless carries steps out a bit too far from XO. Yeah, not too much wave clear on red side either. Victor lasers, Jinx rockets, that's about it. No Sivers or Niveas to keep them in this game for as long as they need.
Dakar has still been keeping up great farm, but it's like, it's like what can you do as a Victor right now into these fed divers? It's hard.
Yeah. Opting for both the Leandres and the Seraphs. Not gonna be
Yeah,
too much burst either.
hasn't gone Zonias, hasn't completed boots, but doing what he can.
And that's gonna be the Victor all blown as well. Get a bit of chunk onto Drew. And here comes the siege. Not gonna have that tool for potential dive here on the tier 1. We've got Exo split between the top side of the map and the mid lane. You see QDAF going to shove that bot lane in, and Jinx over to answer. But a lonely Victor, not doing so hot on protecting the mid tower. Down to half health now. Okay, Jervin flag just a bit short there. And the Senna Seraphine sustain is so great for these extended pushes too. Meanwhile, QDAF just robbing all of the camps from the jungle. Poor man puppet getting a bit starved now. Oh, just kidding. Farming top. Do we want to see EXO fight this Baron, try to seal this Baron? It's coming up pretty soon here. Perhaps muted? Question mark.
Sorry, I was dealing with a technical issue.
Oh, no sweat. It looks like Deep Dive's just gonna start this one off right away. Decker walking into
I mean they've got all the pressure, comfortable taking the fight if it happens. They feel comfortable just doing the Baron if it's available to them. It does look like EXO is going to challenge. They're going to try to walk in.
No,
they're getting a little late.
Jinx rocket a bit early. Scion flash a bit late. It's going to go down to Deep Dive. We'll see if they opt for a full fight here. Rumble out coming down onto no one.
Mordekaiser not able to kill the Senna.
Oh, big charm from Fire Knight.
He walks out. Oh, wow. And there goes.
And
damage
there
and
goes.
support. There goes the Scion. And Deep Dive might just look to end here.
Yeah, just got a lonely Mordekaiser left up to defend base. Great help from Fire Knight to catch the Janna and Victor there on the way out. 2 kills picked up. Jinx got chased down by a very strong Rumble. And here's KAF diving.
And Mordekaiser is alone to try to stop this end.
Okay,
Mordekaiser goes down.
Yeah, looking like that's gonna be it. Another good game from Deep Dive. And a valiant effort from EXO.
They did what they could, but man, Deep Dive just playing the map so well again.
Oh, do you have an MVP for this game, Caribou?
I mean, I'm gonna give it to Drew. I think that the center roams were instrumental to their getting ahead and getting the win. And that damage, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's it's a lot of Senna damage. A bit unexpected, I guess. Would have expected, maybe some Wukong to be putting numbers up into the Scion lane.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think for me it's got to be QDAF. Just great great presence throughout the entirety of the game, picking off those flashless carries, really just snuffing any possibility of EXO coming back into that one.
All right, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna see if anyone hasn't already done, if QDF hasn't already done 2 interviews, and because they can't stop winning, you know.
Yeah. What a game. Oh, hello, D. Drew.
Hello?
He insisted on being interviewed, and anyone who's watching the stream can verify that he was my choice anyway. So it's whatever.
Insist is a strong word. We just all have been interviewed already.
So
The
you
win
ended up
streak.
dealing the most damage on the Senna support. Do you expect that to be the case going into the game? Were you like, I'm just gonna auto people to death?
No, I
Don't.
was kind of expecting it to be like the Wukong or the Rumble doing everything, but I was kind of in a position where I just had a lot of free DPS, especially with the Swifties, and they just had a really hard time catching me.
Yeah. So you guys are 8-0 now. You have a free week next week. Are we gonna see something weird?
Uh, Maybe a bit more experimental, but we still want to win to get the perfect record.
Fair enough.
We'll have to see how things shape out because this draft too was a little bit experimental with the Senna Seraphine, but it felt pretty good. I was a bit surprised that they ended up going for like a Jinx Janna lane because the idea of the Senna Seraphine is to get the free scaling because that 2v2 is going to scale better than pretty much any other lane you can get. So if you're going to beat it, you have to beat it early.
Yeah, well, I mean, you ended up roaming a lot. I think more than certainly I expected. You guys were able to play the map really well. Uh, were a lot of those sort of planned fights ahead of time, or were you just like, I have a roam window, let's see what we can do?
They were all relatively planned. I didn't want to spend too much time away from just getting my free soul stacks from the jungle camps or the lanes or whatever, unless I was concerned that something was going to happen on the map. Like we saw me leave Zane Fire Knight bot lane, so that I could walk up to that Herald fight, just so that we could make sure that we had a numbers advantage if they decided to contest, which would not be in their best interest for that first Herald. For the second one, they ended up contesting, but it was top lane, so it ended up being pretty decent for them, that three for three trade we saw.
Hmm.
But all in all, it felt like a pretty clean game. I'm really happy with how our team is doing and how we're all clicking together.
Wormy, do you have any questions?
Um, no, none from me. Again, just a really solid game across the board. All members of your team played really well. Um, do you have any special shoutouts today, D. Drew?
Thanks to my mom and my girlfriend for always supporting me.
And
I
Do
love
you
them
would
both
you say
very
they
much.
would you say they always support you?
I think so.
So I have some messages that were leaked.
uh,
Oh no. Oh no.
the drama. Well, perhaps you guys can discuss that
The drama, the intrigue.
Yeah,
after
Yeah, I'll
I'll
discuss
wait.
that after stream.
I'll wait to release them to shitposting until we play you guys. So it's max.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'll look forward to it.
D. Drew, do you have any final words, perhaps for your competition next week, going into the last week of the regular season?
Mm.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Woohoo. Perfect. It's a perfect place to end on.
Well, yeah, that's gonna do it from us tonight. Again, congratulations to Deep Dive for their eighth consecutive win. We have another game tomorrow night. It's going to be at 7 p.m. PT between Acid Rabbits and Milwaukee Bucks, baby. Make sure to tune in for that. And from Caribou and I, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you all tomorrow night.
Yeah, thanks for streaming tonight, guys. Props to you guys for stepping in and making the stream happen.
Yeah, thanks for a great game.
Woo.
Good night.
Good night.